Alrighty, good afternoon and welcome to my first recorded flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Certainly not my first flight, but definitely my first recorded flight. We'll be flying out of Cape Town International on this beautiful windy day, en route for a VFR flight to Montagu or Ashton Airport. Pretty quick flight, probably no longer than 30 to 40 minutes. We do have a flight plan filed, so we're going to request clearance for a departure to the west. Apologies, departure to the east. We're going to ask for 9,500 feet, and we'll see what we get along the way. Not too much in the sense of transitioning multiple different airspaces along the way. We do have a special area rules, but we will be probably just above the TMA, so we should be good to remain on control frequency there. And let's get things going with jumping into the cockpit. I've already done the external checklist, so we'll hop in and start our pre-start checklists. Alrighty, so before engine start, we've got a pre-flight inspection complete. Control locks are off, we've got full movement. Fuel selectors will pop to on left main and right main. Gear selector check down. It's down on my controls. Down on the actual control itself. Power levers set to idle. So we'll put those up to idle. Prop RPM levers max RPM. Full fine. Mixture full rich. Battery switch on. Alternator on. Landing gear lights and pins, so landing lights on, and confirm 3 on the gear light. Annunciator panel test, so we'll just test that quickly. There we go, all the lights. And lights as required, so we will put our nav lights and our strobe lights on. Alright, and that's the before checklist start complete. So we'll go on to our starting engine checklist. Area is clear. Yeah, no one in the area. Magnetos
Clear prop.
both on. Fuel pumps. Let's get those both on. And we will start engine 1. We've got a positive start in engine 1. Engine 2. Positive start in engine 2. Engine gauges check. RPM is rising. All pressure temps rising. And we'll just wait for the pressure to settle a little. Avionics master on. Okay, I think that takes care of that checklist. We'll do our other checks and radio calls without the use of a checklist. So first things first, once we get our radios up and running here, is we will get the ATIS information on 127.0. For those unaware, ATIS is Air Terminal Information Services, Airport Terminal Information Services, apologies, and that just gives us the runway and use QNH and any other specific instructions or need to knows for the current time of day. So we'll get 127.0 queued up here.
Town Airport information, Quebec 1100 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility, 9er. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 15. Dew point, 1 tree. QNH 101 tree 25. Visual runway 01 in use. Landing and departing runway 01. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Quebec.
Alrighty, so we now have information Quebec, runway 01 in use. Given that we are VFR departure, we'll need to read back our hold short instructions, so that applies to everybody, but specifically we'll need to let ground and probably tower clearance, apologies, know that we would like to depart to the east. 1013.25 on the QNH. Unfortunately, this seems to work in inches of mercury, but this is correct anyway. We know we're at about 100 and actually let's start it back. We're at about 150 feet at Cape Town, just under. So we'll dial that back. So next we'll contact Clearance Delivery on 122.1 and just let them know, or not let them know, but more like ask them for clearance as filed for a VFR departure to the east at 9,500 feet to Montagu. So we'll get them on 122.1. Alrighty, and before we contact them, we will also queue up ground, who they'll likely hand us over to, which is 121.9. Okay, so we've got clearance on frequency, and then we've got ground queued up next. So we'll contact clearance, let them know who we are, that we have information Quebec, and that we would like clearance for a VFR departure to the east, routing Montagu at 9,500 feet. Cape Town clearance, Zulu Sierra India Mike Victor, requesting clearance for VFR departure to the east, routing Montagu Airfield at 9,500 feet. India Mike Victor.
India Mike Victor, cleared for VFR departure to the east, routing Montagu Airfield. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 9,500 feet. Departure on 119.7, squawk 5454.
Cleared for VFR departure to the east to Montagu Airfield at 9,500 feet. On departure, contact 119.7, squawk 5454, India Mike Victor. So we'll get our transponder on.
India Mike Victor, read back correct. Ground is on 121.9, safe flight, sir.
Ground on 121.9, thank you, India Mike Victor. Okay, so we know we have ground queued up. We'll switch over there. We'll get our squawk in, 5454. So the squawk is just a unique radar identifier, so they know who we are on radar. And we'll set this to standby. Prior to takeoff, we'll set that to altitude reporting. Alrighty, so looking at my Navigraph maps, we are positioned pretty much center at the airport. Runway 01 in use. Let's just have a look where that is. Alright, so runway 01 is probably a simple taxi for us via Bravo 1, Bravo 2, and that should do it, I would imagine. Let's see what ground has to say. Cape Town ground, India Mike Victor is ready to taxi to runway 01.
Zulu Sierra, India Mike Victor, Cape Town ground. Taxi to runway 01 via Bravo 1, Charlie, cross runway 01, then Mike Delta 4.
taxi to runway 01 via Bravo 1, Charlie, cross runway 01, then Mike, then Delta 4, into Mike Victor. It's an interesting one. So, Bravo 1, that's why. Bravo 1, Charlie, okay, so they want us to cross the runway at the center threshold. It's all good. And they will probably hand us over to tower, I would imagine, prior to takeoff. And just want to note tower's frequency here. So tower is 118.1, I just want to write that down. We'll get 118.1 queued in here so long. There we go. So we should be good to switch to that. Okay, parking brake off. Taxi light on. And we'll put our rotating beacon on as well. Do a quick brake check. Yeah, all good on the left, all good on the right. So we're on Bravo 1, we're going to make a left on Charlie 1. Hold short of 01. Captain Ground into Mike Victor is holding short runway 01, awaiting clearance to cross.
India, Mike Victor, cross runway 01, continue taxi via Mike Delta 4.
Cross runway 1, continue taxi via Mike Delta 4, into Mike Victor. Okay. So we're crossing over into taxiway Mike, and they'll be making a right onto Delta 4.
Heading Air 145 Kilo Alpha, continue taxi turn left at the next intersection, contact tower on 123.4. Continuing taxi turning left at the next intersection, contacting tower on 123.4, King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
Shutdown ground. This is November 123 Alpha Zero, ready for push and start.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, push and start approved, face east.
Push back and start approved, face east. November 123 Alpha Zulu.
Captain Ground in Mike Victor is holding short runway 01. So they'll probably hand us over to tower on 118.1. so they sound a bit busy. We'll give them a little while. Cape Town Ground, India Mike Victor, holding short at runway 01.
India Mike Victor, contact tower on 118.1 for further instructions.
Contact tower on 118.1, India Mike Victor. Cape Town Tower, India Mike Victor, holding short at runway 01.
Zulu Sierra India, Mike Victor, Cape Town Tower, runway 1, wind calm, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, India Mike Victor. Okay, I should have confirmed runway 01 with them. In other words, I should have said cleared for takeoff, runway 01, India Mike Victor.
India Mike Victor, Cape Town Tower, runway 1, wind calm, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 01, India Mike Victor. So they clearly wanted that. So we'll get our departure queued up in 119.7. Okay, so we're good to go there. We'll just do our run up prior to entering the runway itself. And we'll do our what to do last checks as well. Okay, so let me just face into the wind a little here. Slightly. Okay. Parking brake on, toes on the brakes. Extra full rich, props full fine. So we're going to advance to about 1,700 or so RPM.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, extend downwind spacing for arriving traffic.
We'll check our mags.
Extending downwind, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
We'll check idle cutouts and we will also cycle the prop.
Cape Town Center, Barron 72 November, request flight following at 2000.
Okay, so T's and P's in the green.
Baron Sierra 172 November, Cape Town Tower, contact Cape Town. Approach on 120.05 for flight following at 2000.
Left mag. So drop about 100 RPM. Back to both. Back to 1,700 RPM. Right mag. Drop of about 100 RPM. Back to both. So a drop of 100 on both, maximum allowable difference 300. All good there, we'll do an idle cutout check as well. All good there, not below 500 RPM. So we'll go back to 17 and we'll cycle our prop. Okay, so we're currently full fine, we'll go full course. All good there, full fine. Back to 17 on both. Full course. Back to about 800 on both. Full fine. And we're good there. So back to about 1000 RPM. So we'll do our what to do last check. So wind, we know the direction is checked. Got the correct runway. Transponder set to altitude reporting. DI and compass is aligned. We know we're going to be departing to the east, so let me just get my heading bug roughly on east. We'll also use that for heading mode on the autopilot. And all lights are on. So let's park the brake off. Flaps 1. Did we turn our fuel pump off? No, so that can come off. And we're looking for rotation at about 90 to 100 knots. We'll just do a rolling start here, there's no need to stop. Okay. Airspeed's alive, temps and pressures are in the green. There's 60 knots. 80 knots. 90 and we'll pull back gently. Positive rate of climb. Brakes on and off, undercarriage up. Coming through 120, flaps up. Just trim for nose up a little here.
Citation 433 Mike Whiskey, hold short of runway 12 traffic on final.
Holding short of runway 12, citation 433 Mike Whiskey.
And we'll just let departure know. Cape Town departure, India Mike Victor is departed at runway 01, routing east, currently at 1,000 feet, climbing for 9,500, India Mike Victor.
Zulu Sierra, India Mike Victor, Cape Town approach, radar contact.
Okay, so they are aware of us. Get the RPMs down to about 1,700 for now. So we do need to be heading in a more sort of a more northeast or southeast, should I say, compared to our current routing. But we'll await further instructions. So we'll engage we'll just change our heading bug and engage our autopilot.
United 182, reduce speed to 210.
Reducing to 210, United 182.
Clock flight level 230, Springbok 927.
Springbok 927, contact Cape Town Center on 125.1.
Contact Cape Town Center on 125.1. Springbok 927.
So we're not too far away from top of climb. Currently still on the autopilot for heading. And once we reach 9,500 feet, we'll engage altitude hold as well. I do believe there's some oxygen somewhere here. There we go. Got oxygen on. Get prop sync as well. So 1,500 to go.
Air Canada 1203. The traffic ahead of you and to your left is going to the left. Heavy Airbus. Contact tower on 119.7.
Traffic in sight, switching to 119.7, Air Canada 1203. MSFS2024 Heavy.
Emirates 772 Heavy. Contact Cape Town Center on 125.1.
Emirates 772 Heavy. Requesting cruise altitude of flight level 33.
Okay, so almost coming up to 9.5. And engage altitude hold. Come back on our mixture, RPMs a little. Manifold pressure is good at 25. Yeah, we'll just try and get back on course a little, yeah. Flying over the beautiful town of Franchuk, which is French Huguenot, historically inspired or other such town. Beautiful mountain ranges here, and just stunning wine farms as well. So the Franchuk Valley has the beautiful Helsworth mountain pass, which you can see just below the tail to the right. Very, very popular for breakfast runs and bikers on weekends. And that also leads up to, I believe, or at least close to one of the best wine farms in the area, which is Bablandshoeden. So we're clearing these mountains by around 2,000 feet or so, 2,500 feet. So we shouldn't feel the effects of updraft too much, but sometimes we do catch a thermal or two. So we're only about 20-25 nautical miles away from Ashton Airfield. Given the winds, we're likely going to favour, let's just have a look. We'll switch to Cape Town Information Services, which is 131.25, nearer the time, just to inform that we have the field in sight. So we'll get that queued up so long on the comm stack, so 131.125. Okay, so we're all good there. So Montagu/Ashton has, actually give me a second, I'm looking at the wrong one. So Montagu Airport, which still operates on Flight Information Service 131.25, has got
Mooney 45, Quebec Romeo, climb to 7,500, contact approach on 121.9er.
Climbing to 7,500, switching to 121.945, Quebec Romeo.
So runways
Level 230, Springbok 927.
05 and 23 and 17 and 35. So looking at the current winds, it looks like we're definitely going to favour a runway with probably a left crosswind. Will probably be runway, just having a look, runway 35. So runway 35. So we'll descend overhead the airfield in roughly the direction we're heading. To join overhead, descend on the east to join a left-hand circuit for runway 35. So this is a gravel runway, which is not half ideal for this type of plane, but yellow. So that should be Montagu, just to the 11 o'clock on our nose. So I'm going to request a descent to about 5,500 so long. Cape Town approach. Requesting frequency change to 131.125, Cape Town information.
India Mike Victor, frequency change approved to 131.125 for Cape Town information.
Frequency change approved to 131.125, India Mike Victor. Let's get that switched. Cape Town information, India Mike Victor is squawking 5454 at 9,500 feet, approximately 15 to 20 nautical miles to the west of Montagu Airfield. Request descent to 5,500 feet.
India Mike Victor, contact Cape Town approach on 119.7.
Contact approach on 119.7. Okay, well that was awkward. Cape Town approach, India Mike Victor is at 9,500 feet. Have Montagu Airfield in sight. India Mike Victor. So hopefully that terminates radar services.
Zulu Sierra India Mike Victor, Cape Town approach, good afternoon.
We'll again request permission to descend as required. Cape Town approach, India Mike Victor is at 9,500 feet. Routing Montagu Airfield. Have airfield in sight. Request descent as required. India Mike Victor. Let's get our altitude hold off so long. So I'll see now we're only in the Cape Town information area, so let's switch to that. Cape Town information, India Mike Victor is at 9,400 feet, destination Montagu, have airfield in sight, request VFR altitudes at my discretion. India Mike Victor. So that's actually Robertson in front of us. Cape Town information correction. Airfield in sight is not the correct airfield. Proceeding direct to Montagu, climbing 9,400 for 9,000. Sorry, correction, 9,250 for 9,500 feet. Into Mike Victor. That was a bit of a rookie error, but we can fix it.
Hawaiian 104, climb and maintain flight level 410.
Climbing to flight level 410, Hawaiian 104.
Try altitude hold again. There we go. Okay, so that was indeed the incorrect airfield. We've got Montagu just off to our 1 o'clock. Captain information, India Mike Victor is at 9,500 feet, approximately 12 nautical miles from Montagu Airfield. Request descent to 3,500 feet.
India Mike Victor, descend altitude 3500 feet.
Descend altitude 3500, India Mike Victor. Okay.
India Mike Victor, contact Cape Town approach on 119.7.
Contact Cape Town approach on 119.7. Cape Town approach, India Mike Victor is at 9,200 feet, descending for 3,500. Routing Montagu Airfield. Have airfield in sight. Request radar service termination for full stop landing at Montagu. India Mike Victor. So it looks like runway 17 is the favored one at the moment.
India Mike Victor, radar service terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Have a good landing at Montagu Airfield.
Frequency change approved. Squawk VFR and radar services contacted. Thank you. Good day, India Mike Victor. So we're just going to change to
Air
2000.
Canada 763, reduce speed to 200 knots, contact tower on 118.7.
Going to 200 knots, switching to 118.7, Air Canada 763.
So I don't actually have a frequency listed for Montagu in any of my EFBs, which is quite interesting. So we'll see if SkyDemon gives us something closer to the ground. So it looks like we'll be flying directly overhead the airfield in an easterly direction at the moment. And we will then we'll descend on the west. In fact, we'll do more of a teardrop entry, so we will kind of circle a bit of a 180 teardrop, descending to 1,500 feet. Then we'll join for a left-hand circuit for runway 17. In fact, we actually should be approaching the airfield from the east, so we'll just go a bit wide, yeah. We'll just contact Captain Information. Captain Information, India Mike Victor is at 7,000 feet. Destination Montagu, apologies, Ashton Airfield. Airport in sight, request full stop landing runway 17. This is a bit of a strange one because we wouldn't really, it's unmanned and we shouldn't need ATC permission to land yet, but I do not have another frequency listed.
India Mike Victor, you are not under flight following. Contact Ashton Airfield Tower for landing clearance.
Contact Ashton Tower for landing clearance. Kindly provide frequency if you have it. India Mike Victor.
India Mike Victor, you are not under flight following. Contact Ashton Airfield Tower for landing clearance.
Contact Ashton Airfield for landing clearance. India Mike Victor. Correction, contact Ashton Tower for landing clearance. Okay, so there is no Ashton Tower, we'll just...
India Mike Victor, you are not under flight following. Contact Ashton Airfield Tower for landing clearance.
Contact Ashton Tower for landing clearance, India Mike Victor. So we'll just have to simulate our radio calls here. Ashton Tower, India Mike Victor is overhead the airfield at 4,500 feet. Descending on the east to cross the airfield to the west, to further descend and join a left-hand circuit for runway 17.
Zulu Sierra India Mike Victor, Cape Town approach, roger, continue as planned for the left-hand circuit for runway 17, report when on final.
Continue as planned for left circuit runway 17, report when final, India Mike Victor. Interesting.
Cirrus 981 Tango Mike, descend to 2000 cleared ILS 18.
Descending to 2000 cleared ILS 189er81 Tango Mike.
Gusty. So we should have the airfield off to our left somewhere. Should be coming up on our left any moment. There it is. Okay, so we'll be landing from the right hand side of the runway, running horizontally for us. Okay, so we'll be descending to around 2,000 feet to join left-hand circuit. Okay, we should be good to join Downwind. Ashton traffic into Mike Victor, left downwind, runway 17, full stop landing. Into Mike Victor.
India Mike Victor, runway 17 is not in use. Winds favor runway 36. Please confirm your intentions for landing.
India Mike Victor will land runway 36. Okay, that actually is the runway we had picked. My apologies.
India Mike Victor, runway 36, cleared for full stop landing. Report on final.
Alright, T6, cleared for full stop landing. Report on final. India Mike Victor. Okay, flaps can come down. Get down.
Mooney 67 Kilo Lima cleared RNAV 36 number 2 following a diamond.
Cleared RNAV 36 following the diamond 67 Kilo Lima.
JetBlue 183 traffic departing runway 27 climb and maintain 7,000 turn left heading 210.
Climbing to 7,000 left to 210, JetBlue 183.
We're a little high still. Landing lights on. Fuel pumps can go on. Ashton traffic into Mike Victor is on final runway 36. It's a very short runway.
India Mike Victor, cleared to land runway 36.
Definitely the wrong taxiway. I mean, runway, but nevertheless, we're down in one piece. Flaps up. Landing lights can come off, nav lights can come off, strobe and beacon. Actually, nav lights can stay on. Fuel pumps can come off. Absolutely disgusting landing. Not sure if this is a taxiway. No, we will not try that.
American 778 cleared for RNAV approach. Runway 18, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final.
Cleared RNAV approach 18170 until 5 American 778.
Aha, here's a parking of sorts. Beautiful day here in Montagu. There always seems to be a car taking up my parking bays. We'll just pop right over here. Parking brake on. Lights can come off. Mixture pitch can go full lean. And engine off. Avionics. And master off. And thank you for joining me on my first flight. I'm surprised we didn't total the aircraft for the landing, but it can only get better.